personally, when I see you, you are super successful. You run and sit on boards, and it's just like you don't think about, she began somewhere as far as home ownership is concerned. And so you were talking about how you first became a homeowner.
Yes. So back in, I think it was around 1999 or so, I had just started working. I became a lawyer. I went to law school here, and it was my first job where it was paying a really good amount, and I was renting by Northeastern. So I was living kind of in semi-student housing, and my goal was to get out, but I was just looking for another place to rent. So I was saving. And I kept saving and saving because I was making a good salary at the time. I think that job was $80,000, so a relatively good job, right? And this is back in like 1999. And so I saved enough where I thought I can either rent or buy, but I knew nothing about buying. And one day I went to an open house in the South End, Columbus Avenue, a brownstone. I walked in, and it was a 698 square foot, 2-bedroom apartment. And the broker, this guy named Jem Mutlu, he looks at me and he's like, do you want to buy this? And I was like, it's perfect, but I know nothing about how to buy. I don't even know if I should buy. I'm not sure if I'm going to stay in Boston that long. And he was like a saint. He literally walked me through the whole process of why I should buy versus rent. He did a budget with me. He connected me to a mortgage broker. They helped assess my credit. And he took me to other places too. He's like, you want to see other places, but if you're in love with this one, fantastic. And he was representing the seller, but he then represented me as the buyer. Without someone like that obviously self-interested because he was going to get double commission, right? But he walked me through the whole thing in a way that I felt confident that I could do it. And when I signed those papers to take out that loan, I was so freaked out. I was like, do I know what the hell I'm doing? Can I really do this, right? Because I grew up poor in public housing. So for me, the idea that I could ever own something was non-existent. It was literally a dream for me to be able to do that, but it came so fast that it just was like transactional, right? So I closed my first apartment, and I think I bought it for $270,000. Which seems like peanuts now, but it was a lot back then. In 2 years, it appreciated $100,000. Okay, that's how crazy the market in the South End became. Same broker who became my friend said, I have a place on Mass Ave, Chester Square, 1,000 or 1,100 square foot place. It's beautiful, has a deck. You can graduate up. He's like, you've built equity. I want you to buy this next place. Literally. And he helped me get that next place. And then after that, I already had a baby on the way, and I needed a place with an elevator, not a brownstone. And he helped us get into yet another place in the South End. So this is what building equity is about. You have, your first, whether it's starter home, apartment, condo, build equity. And then if you start a family, you may need to build up into a bigger place. But you have that equity that you can use, right, to exit and go into something bigger. So that is my story. I did it. I was 27 years old when I bought that first place. I, again, never thought that I would have the opportunity to own. So that's been the gift to start to build wealth for me.
Thank you.
Welcome.